Hi guys, I'm Adam and welcome back. This is episode 3 of Black from the Brink. Today we will be taking on Nottingham Forest at home in the Championship. I'm going to start the episode today with a little bit of housekeeping. One small change. I have just changed my recording software from OBS to Bandicam. This is all brand new to me, so I was trying out some new things. And I found that the recording quality with Bandicam looks to be a lot better. I wasn't too happy with the quality of my second episode that I uploaded. So hopefully from now on we will have an increase in quality, and I hope you guys will enjoy that. Since we've last met, there have been a couple of interesting bits that have come up. If I head into my inbox and just search for Arsenal, and that's horrendous typing, Arsenal. You can see there that I was linked with the Arsenal job. It wasn't anything that I had heard of. It came up in a post-match interview, and they asked me how I felt about being linked with the Arsenal job. Now, this is a save that isn't going to be long-term, and as exciting as the thought of going and taking over Arsenal would be, it's not conducive to what I'm trying to do with the save here. I want to at least get through to the end of the season before the FM18 beta comes out, where I'll be starting something fresh. So to jump into a new team at this point didn't really feel like the right move for the save. Although with a bit more time I may have considered taking that on. The other thing that came out while you guys were away was that we got the draw for the Europa League, the first knockout round. And we were drawn against Lille, the French club. A tough draw. We're at home for the first leg. I just feel that we will really need to get a good result in the first leg to have any chance in that game. If we take a look at Lille's squad, you'll see they've got some really, really good players in there. The main one that stood out to me was a 35-year-old Luka Modric. Still technically incredible. The pace has gone now, but still a fantastic player. And alongside him in midfield, their key player, Thiago Maia. Really, really good holding midfielder, worth £24 million. I'd say that's at least 3 times more than any of our players are worth. Possibly more than our squad put together, quite honestly. So we'll have to be really, really good to get anything out of this tie. But I have hope that we can at least give it a good go. So I will just take you into the schedule screen where we'll take a look at our recent form. So you last joined me for the 2-1 home win over Hertha Berlin. We followed that up with a 2-0 win away to Portsmouth. Bradley Dack and Will Keane getting the goals for us there. Really, really good win. A really good performance. We did really well with the ball when we had it. A disappointing game from Nathan Price, who had gone a long time without a goal. So we were looking to get a bit more from him. We followed that up with a 2-0 away defeat to Stoke. Now Stoke are an interesting case. They were relegated from the Premier League last season and have some incredible players. They sold a massive amount of talent. They earned themselves up to, I think it was £80 million in transfer fees. But they went out on deadline day and they spent £45 million, I think it was, on Hans Franken, a wonder kid striker from Barcelona. So, incredible to get him. £44.5 million. He had been on loan at PSV and he's joined Stoke in the Championship from Barcelona and just absolutely torn it up. Only ever played one first team game for Barcelona by the way, or one in the league anyway, came off the bench. But an incredible player for the Championship and just absolutely tearing it to shreds. So back to the game, and like you can see there, 2-0 to Stoke. Couple of early goals set the tone really. We were never really in it. We had chances, but nothing ever really looked like it was going to go right for us. And another really disappointing game from Nathan Price. We're starting to really worry about him. We followed that up with a 1-1 draw at Bolton. Will Keane getting the goal in that one. And for this one, we did actually drop Nathan Price. He sat on the bench. With the amount of strikers that we have, I don't like to keep anyone in the team for too long if they're not performing. Gary McCauley came in and did the same role and got himself an assist, so no goal, but played really well and linked up well with Will Keane. And then we went into our dead rubber Europa League tie at Slaven Belupo, and we got a 4-1 win, a really rotated side. You see there are a lot of names that hadn't played a lot of games. Wassell in goal, got a start. Aidan Turner, another youth team player, came in for this one. Chowdhury had played this game, hadn't played in a long time. Josh Windass is our backup AMC to Bradley Dack. Dione is a striker that doesn't play a lot. So we were a little bit disappointed in the first half, 0-0 at half-time. Didn't really create much, but a really good performance in the second half, and we just turned it on with some late goals, and Nathan Price getting himself on the score sheet. So a really good win there. And then we followed that with a 2-0 away win at Barnsley, a double for Will Keane. A fairly routine game, a little bit disappointing not to get more shots on target, but dominated the ball, even with a counter-attacking style, and the most comfortable 2-0 win you'll ever see. Really, really routine, so a good win. And then our most recent match is a 1-1 draw at home to Stoke. We were a little bit unlucky in this one. We went behind to an early goal. Tyrese Campbell got us back into the game, drew it level after half an hour, and we went at them in the second half. 21 shots, only 8 on target, which is a little bit disappointing, but we just couldn't make the breakthrough. Mannion in goal for Hull made a couple of saves, but we really should have won, and we just couldn't get that second goal. They never really threatened in the second half, but disappointing not to come away with the win there. So, into today's game at home to Nottingham Forest. I'll run you through the team quickly. An injury to David Raya in goal means that Luke Wassell gets a start in goal for us. Back four of Doherty, Tompkins, Wharton and Williams, with Tom Thorpe just in front of them as the holding midfielder. Calvin Phillips will play as a box-to-box midfielder, with Lansbury just to his left as the playmaker. And then Bradley Dack in behind the front two of Will Keane and Tyrese Campbell. So we'll get into the game and see how we get on. Just go through the opposition instructions there. Something I tend to just leave to my assistant. And we'll go in into a team talk. And we'll go with ignore the critics and just try to enjoy yourselves out there. Not much of a reaction. We'll just do the positional team talks. Try and get a bit of motivation into them. There we go, a little bit better. So we start the match, and it's us to kick off. Quiet start to the game, nothing going on after 25 minutes. Onto the half-hour mark, and still no highlights, nothing to report really. Looks like Forrest may have got an injury there. I'm not sure if anyone's had to come off. Well, that was the most boring half of football I would imagine anyone has ever seen. We'll tell the boys that we can still win it from here. A few of them look quite happy with that. Will Keane and Campbell up front not having a great game, so we'll maybe look to do something there. I think what we'll do is swap them round, and we'll take Keane out and get Nathan Price on for this second half, playing as that complete forward on a support role. It's something he's completely comfortable with. I have been playing him as a target man at times, but just giving him that complete forward role just gives him a little bit more license to do what he can do. So we'll get this second half underway and hope for a few more highlights as Nottingham Forest kick off. Taking it out wide. Ball in. It's a good save from Wassell. Cleared away. So hopefully we can grab ourselves a goal and win this game. If we do, that would take us up into the playoffs with a game in hand. I was hoping that by the time all of my game in hands were caught up, we would be at the top of the league, but a few disappointing results have meant that that's not going to happen now. But I still like to think that we can make a push for the title. A good run of form would see us right back up there, with the likes of Cardiff, Wolves, Crystal Palace, the top three at the minute. I'm just going to look to change the strikers again. I'm going to get Macaulay on for Tyrese Campbell. It's not uncommon for me to change both strikers in a game if they're not performing, and we've just had nothing from them today. So we're going to give Macaulay a go, see what he can do for us. 10 shots, 2 on target at the minute, a little bit disappointing. 2 half chances, but nothing clear cut. It's a corner for Forest is whipped in. And Cummins has hit the post. It's cleared away and McCauley can break now. He's got an option out wide if he can find it. And Manchin gets the ball back from him and clears it down for our throw-in. Just going to change from the counter-attack to attacking. Just see if we can apply a little bit more pressure. And I'm going to do a touchline team talk passionately. Tell them to push forward. 10 minutes to go. We have got one more change. The only real attacking option we have there is Windass. Bradley Dack's not had the best of games, so we'll get him off. What does Windass like to do? He can stay as the attacking midfielder, and we'll just change that round. So hopefully we'll be able to get something from this last 10 minutes. It's been a very, very dull game, and this is going to be the last highlight. I think it's going to end 0-0. 30 seconds to get anything out of this game, and we don't even have the ball. Tackled by Thorpe, Lansbury, Phillips into McCauley. He's got an option out wide. Doherty can get a ball in, and it's claimed by the keeper. So that's going to be it, I think. A 0-0. Disappointing. It sees us drop below Stoke. Well, we were still below Stoke, but Birmingham seemed to have gone above us. I'll tell the boys that wasn't good enough. It's the sort of game we should be winning. Two of them looking a bit stressed and demotivated, but I stick with it. It is a game that we should have been winning. So that sees us stay in 8th or drop to 8th. With a couple of wins, we can be up into 2nd. But we really need to get a run of wins together, it would seem. So we'll just have a quick flip through the emails at the end of the match there. Anything else happen in the Championship interesting? Stoke got a 3-0 win. Swansea are climbing the table now. Another 3-0 win for them. And that puts them up to 14th. When they beat us 4-1, they were right down towards the bottom of the table here, so they seem to be on the surge. McCauley vows to end goal drought. 5 hours of competitive football without a goal. It has been a concern throughout the save. I don't seem to have had a striker that's managed to avoid a spell of going without a goal. I've had 3 this season. I've had Price, Campbell and now McCauley, all with news items about their goal droughts. Derek Williams will miss the next match after picking up 5 yellows. But we do have Scott Coleman that can come in from him, a really good player. So I'm not too concerned about that. And we've had an email about Nathan Price's improvements. A leading player for most Championship sides now. So really happy with that. We're 3.1 million. At the start of the season, I was planning for him to just drop in as a 4th choice striker. He came back from his loan spell at Walsall, and I thought I would keep him around. I thought it'd be worth having him in the squad, but with his 5-star potential there, he's just growing all the time. Good determination and really good stats across the board. So really excited to see how he develops. So that'll be it for today. I think we will come back for... I think we'll do the Middlesbrough game, playoff contender. So we'll come back for that one at the start of January. And then we'll possibly do West Ham, the FA Cup. Maybe a couple of Cup episodes after that. We'll do West Ham and then maybe the Europa League game. So, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button for me. That would be massively appreciated. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.